Hey, how's it going? It's Chris, Mr. Moneyfingers Hat with another video for you. As you may or may not know, my shtick is that I help marketers, media buyers, copywriters, pretty much anybody who makes their living on the interwebs using direct marketing, use emotions and storytelling to dramatically increase your conversions so you make lots and lots of money and never have to get a real job. What I want to talk to you about today is how to write great copy without thinking about it, without really thinking and killing yourself and grinding away at it the entire time. One of the things that I'm known for is being able to write copy pretty much off the top of my head. When I do consulting calls and things like that with people, I often will just say copy that I think is better than what they have. And they'll say to me afterwards, they'll say, well, Chris, can you repeat what you just said? And I always say, no, I can't, because I wasn't listening, actually. That's why we record every single one of our calls. And the reason I'm able to do that is because after 18 years of doing this, I've reached what is a level of what is referred to as unconscious competence when it comes to marketing. There are actually 4 stages of competence, according to psychiatrists and psychologists. There is unconscious incompetence, which is when you don't know how to do something and you don't even know you don't know how to do it. Often that leads to Dunning-Kruger effect kind of things, where people that don't know anything thinks they know everything. Next, there's conscious incompetence, which you aren't really good at writing copy, say, but you actually know you're not competent at that point. Next, there's conscious competence, which is when you know how to write good copy, but you have to think about it the entire time. And finally, there's unconscious competence, when your unconscious mind has actually absorbed enough copy over the years in order to actually know how to do it on a deep and primal level without your conscious mind actually being involved. Now, Isaiah Elliott, who is somebody who follows me on Facebook, asked me, how do you get to that point of unconscious competence with your copy and with your marketing? And there's really not a shortcut for it, but there is work that you can do. The main thing that you need to do is just absorb tons and tons of copy on a regular basis. This is why people are often told to hand copy letters of great copywriters. I've never done that personally, by the way, because my handwriting is an atrocity against nature, and the idea of doing that kind of sucks. So what I would do is just sit there and type things out early. But the reason that you're doing that is to get the rhythms of the copy kind of in your fingers, right? To get the tone and like what kind of things are being used that way. The second thing you want to do is just write a lot of copy, get your ass kicked over and over and over again. And the third thing, the thing that I actually do that makes it work for me, weirdly enough, is I actually write everything out loud when I'm working on copy. Well, there's a reason that I work in my little tiny office here at the top of my house in Seattle. It's because if I'm actually near people when I'm working, I'm just kind of mumbling to myself under my breath the entire time, and it makes people go crazy and threaten me with sharp pencils or whatever else they can get their hands on. So what I do actually when I'm writing these days is I write out loud. I'll sit at my desk and I will be working on something. And I will just quite literally be sitting here saying, can you imagine what it's going to be like when you're able to write high converting hot copy simply by sitting down at your desk, turning off your brain and allowing the words to flow out of you like water down a waterfall, going down into the minds of your prospects so they take out their wallets and throw cash at you while you walk down the street, whatever. Now, granted, that wasn't the best thing I've ever done, but I didn't think about it either. And what I really try to do when I'm writing copy is I talk and then I just write down what I'm saying, for a couple of reasons, one of which is just because actually the rhythms of copy are really important, and getting those rhythms right without speaking them out loud is really, really difficult. Also, a lot of things that I write these days are videos, not sales text, and you want to make sure that it actually feels good in the mouth. But the main thing for me is it helps me to get my conscious mind out of the way. I'm not sitting there beating myself up trying to think of every single word, and you never want to be thinking about every single word. The main way I can think of to get to really great levels of unconscious competence with this stuff is A, do a lot of work, B, actually write a lot of stuff, B, study what the greats have and kind of copy out what they do, and C, don't let yourself slow down. Right? For me, velocity of copy is one of the most important things. And I know from my own experience that when I have to think about a letter too much, when I'm sitting there and I'm like, what the hell am I supposed to write? It's never going to be good copy. You're always better off having velocity and writing with speed, and then you can kind of go back and you can make the edits and make the changes later. But that energy is really, really important. Anyway, hopefully that was useful. If you have any comments, put them somewhere, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.